Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be listing the top 10 Cedar Fair roller coasters that could be removed in the next decade, or really very soon in my opinion. So, these coasters are either outdated, old, or they have expensive maintenance repair, any of those. So here are my top 10 Cedar Fair coasters that could be leaving in 10 years or so. Number 10 is going to Adventure Express at Kings Island. Now, this coaster usually isn't talked about a lot, but it's just on a decent plot of land, and it's not very popular. It's not the greatest mine train in the world. I mean, it has a cool second lift hill and all, but I mean, Kings Island already has so much space, and I do think that this will be the next coaster to leave the park, considering that it's just not very popular, and it's not a very memorable coaster in the parks. That's why I put it number 10. Number 9 is going to two coasters, Flight Deck and Time Warp at Canada's Wonderland. These two coasters are very bad, and they both of them overall take up a very big plot of land. You could really fit in something very awesome there, like an Intamin coaster, like an Intamin accelerator, to really make this park have another solid coaster in their lineup. And Flight Deck and Time Warp are very well known for being terrible rides, and Cedar Fair is wanting to remove some of their bad and unpopular rides, and I think Flight Deck and Time Warp are definitely the two coasters that could be getting the axe soon. Number 8 is going to Grizzly at California's Great America. Yes, Kings Dominion fanboys, Grizzly I think it will be staying. Anyway, about Grizzly at California's Great America, it's an outdated wooden coaster that definitely needs some treatment, either the RMC treatment or just tear it down and get a ground up coaster. Now, California's Great America has already developed all their land, so really all they need to do to get new coasters is to remove either another ride or just be really creative. I think that an RMC would look fantastic here. This coaster is almost a mirror image of Grizzly and Wildebeest at Canada's Wonderland and Kings Dominion, so I think it makes total sense to do something like this, and I think it would be an amazing addition to the park, despite them already having an RMC, but it doesn't really matter for that. And number 7 is going to Excalibur-Valleyfair, an aero mine train, I guess you would call it. It's a little hard to say, but I definitely think this coaster will be removed soon for a water park expansion. Definitely not a new coaster. Sorry, Valleyfair. I really wish you could get it. You have so much potential, but this would be for a new water park expansion, in my opinion, because this coaster is right by the water park. It has a solid amount of space to build something there, like a new roller coaster, but I just can't see it coming. And number 6 is the second coaster at Canada's Wonderland to make the list. It's Wildebeest. This coaster is a clone of Grizzly at Kings Dominion, but this coaster just doesn't get the rave that the one at Kings Dominion gets. It's rough, it's boring, it's not in the woods, it's nothing really special at all. It takes up a skinny plot of land, so they could very well RMC it, but remember, Canada has that law with RMC, with not building coasters there, but they could do something like that, but this coaster would probably be ground up if they decide to remove this coaster. This coaster is old and it's just not running very well. And now we're going to our top 5, and number 5 may surprise some people. It's Cedar Creek Mine Ride at Cedar Point. This coaster, yes, it's a classic, it's old, and it's a mine train by Aerodynamics, but it's just definitely one of the least popular coasters at Cedar Point. It's never has a line, it's pretty outdated, it's not very smooth, it's pretty rough. Well, it's 50 years old, so what do you expect? But it's a coaster that is honestly pretty forgettable in the park, and I definitely think it would work well and benefit for a new coaster. And number 4 is going to a second coaster at Cedar Point. It's Wicked Twister, the Intamin Impulse coaster. Now, this coaster would not be getting the axe. It would probably be relocated to another park, such as California's Great America, Michigan's Adventure, or Valleyfair. It's either one of those options. But this coaster doesn't take up a whole lot of land, so whatever replaces this coaster will not be a roller coaster at all, in my opinion. And now we're heading to the top 3, and number 3 is Dragonfire, another coaster at Canada's Wonderland. Now, here's the thing with Dragonfire. Cedar Fair is trying to remove all the bad coasters and unpopular coasters in the park, and a lot of those coasters are by Aerodynamics, including, say, Corkscrew, but that's an iconic one. And they just recently removed Vortex, and Six Flags removed 2 of their 3 Mega Loopers. So so Arrow is definitely starting to get on the decline lately. So I wouldn't be surprised if they remove this coaster very soon. It takes up a pretty big plot of land right near Leviathan, so whatever replaces it, I think would be really cool. But I don't know. I definitely think this is the most likely coaster to leave next to Canada's Wonderland, but I've been wrong before, and I very well could be wrong. And number 2 is going to a coaster that I actually like, but a lot of people do not like at all. It's Nighthawk-Carowinds. Now, Nighthawk, since Firehawk got removed because of maintenance repair, I believe that Nighthawk will be staying around at least another 5 to 10 years because of the spare parts that Firehawk has. And same with Batwing. I think Batwing will stay around the same time as Nighthawk is. And let me tell you, this coaster is actually pretty fun. A lot of people do not like it. I personally don't mind the coaster, but I can definitely see a removal. It is kind of rough and shaky here and there, and it's very expensive to maintain. It's got very slow capacity, very bad capacity, and this coaster will very well benefit for a new coaster, especially with the plot of land it's in. It's a very nice area, and I definitely think it'd be nice. And Vortex would also be a good candidate for removal, but I don't think the park is into removing Vortex. So yeah, I definitely think Nighthawk will definitely get removed very soon because of maintenance. And number 1, not many of you are expecting this at all. No sarcasm whatsoever. It's Anaconda at Kings Dominion. This coaster is boring. It's pointless. Really nothing special about it. I don't even know why it's still at the park. It really doesn't make a whole lot of sense why it's still there. It's unpopular. It never gets a line. It's uncomfortable. The coaster's rough. It's just not fun at all. And I definitely think Kings Dominion will be removing this coaster soon, biting the dust very soon. And if I had to take a guess on what they could add here, I would love a Vekoma Bermuda Blitz here. I think that would look so amazing over the water like Let Coaster does, and it would just be absolutely incredible. And Anaconda's just this big old piece of poop that I definitely think needs to be removed. Pointless, and Kings Dominion's also removing a ton of coasters lately, and they are not shy of removing a 4th one. These are my top 10 coasters from Cedar Fair that I think will be removed in the next 10 years or so. Do you agree with this list? Let me know down in the comment section below, and please be sure to subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me. And smash the like button. Hopefully see you soon.